Think you know everything about your furry best friend? Think again. The truth is, some of the most widely accepted facts about dogs aren't just wrong. They could actually be dangerous for your four-legged companion. Let's dive into these misconceptions and separate fact from fiction once and for all. 1. A little chocolate won't hurt. Remember when people used to give their dogs chocolate as a treat? If you're cringing right now, you should be. While it was once common practice, we now know chocolate is seriously toxic to our canine companions. The culprits? Theobromine and caffeine. Caffeine alone is harmful to dogs, but theobromine takes the danger to another level. The darker and more bitter the chocolate, the higher the theobromine content, and the more dangerous it becomes. Even that tiny piece of white chocolate that seems harmless can trigger vomiting, increased thirst, excessive urination, and elevated heart rate in your pup. Some dogs experience muscle tremors, seizures, and even life-threatening heart arrhythmias. In the worst scenarios, chocolate consumption can be fatal, so please keep those sweet treats for yourself and stick to dog-safe options for your loyal companion. After all, more chocolate for you isn't exactly a hardship, right? 2. The wagging tail misconception. You see a dog with a wagging tail and automatically think, oh, they're happy. It's time to reconsider this widespread assumption. A wagging tail doesn't always signal joy. Sometimes it indicates nervousness, confusion, or even aggression. Your dog's tail is actually one of their most important communication tools, conveying a complex range of emotions depending on how it moves. A gentle side-to-side wag at a neutral height often indicates friendliness. And that circular helicopter wag? That's usually a sign of extreme happiness. But beware the slow-moving, low-held wagging tail. This could signal stress or uncertainty. A dog displaying this kind of wag might even bite if they feel threatened enough. Learning to read your dog's tail language could prevent misunderstandings and potentially dangerous situations. It's not just about whether the tail is wagging, but how it's wagging that tells the real story. Number 3. Dogs see in black and white. The rumor that dogs are completely colorblind persists today, but science has thoroughly debunked this misconception. While dogs don't see the world the same way we do, they definitely don't view everything in monochrome. Dogs can see colors, but their palette is limited to primarily blue and yellow. This is due to the specialized cones in their retinas. These color-detecting cells tell the brain to distinguish between different wavelengths of light. Humans typically have 3 types of cones, allowing us to see the full spectrum. Dogs, however, only have 2 cone types, similar to humans with red-green color blindness. To your dog, a green apple appears grayish and dull, while their blue ball looks bright and vibrant. This explains why many dogs prefer blue and yellow toys. These colors actually pop and appear more interesting to them than reds and greens, which register as various shades of gray. Fascinatingly, a 2014 study in the Proceedings of the Royal Society Bee Journal found that dogs' eyes are more sensitive to ultraviolet light, which our eyes filter out. This means dogs might actually see colors and details invisible to the human eye. Perhaps they're not missing out after all. They're seeing a world we can't even imagine. Number 4. 1 dog year equals 7 human years. This myth has been around since the 1950s and remains stubbornly persistent, but the simple multiply by 7 formula doesn't accurately reflect how dogs age, and it's created confusion about properly caring for puppies and senior dogs. The American Veterinary Medical Association, AVMA, explains that calculating a dog's age in human years is far more complex. A puppy's first year actually equals about 15 human years, while their second year is equivalent to approximately 9 human years. This means your seemingly young 2-year-old dog is already well into their 20s in human terms. After that, each additional year represents roughly 5 human years. The formula also doesn't account for size differences. Small breeds often live well into their teens, while some large breeds only reach 9 or 10 years of age. Understanding your dog's true human age can help you provide better, age-appropriate care throughout their life. Time really does fly faster than we think when it comes to our beloved pets. 5. The alpha dog approach. Establish dominance. Be the alpha. Show them who's pack leader. Sound familiar? This training advice stems from outdated beliefs about wolf pack hierarchy, where the alpha wolf supposedly rules with an iron paw. Since dogs descended from wolves, many trainers advocated for owners to establish themselves as the dominant alpha to ensure obedience. There's just one problem. Wildlife biologists have discovered this isn't how wolf packs actually function. Rather than constant power struggles, wolf packs operate more like families, with older wolves guiding and teaching the young until they mature and form their own packs. Dominance-based training methods like pinning dogs down or snatching food away doesn't teach discipline. It creates fear and confusion. When your dog just wants to trust and love you, these tactics can be traumatic. They don't understand what they did wrong, which makes effective learning impossible. Positive reinforcement, rewarding good behavior so your dog associates it with happiness, consistently proves more effective. When training is enjoyable, your dog is far more likely to repeat desirable behaviors, creating a win-win situation for both of you. 6. Old dogs can't learn new tricks. We've all heard this saying, but is there any truth to it? While puppies do absorb new information like sponges, the notion that senior dogs are incapable of learning is completely false. Older dogs can absolutely be trained. They just bring different experiences to the table. What makes training an older dog challenging isn't inability, but rather their established habits and potentially negative past experiences. It's often more difficult to retrain than to train from scratch. An older dog has a lifetime of learned behaviors that can be tough to override. They might also have past traumas that make them fearful of certain situations or actions. This doesn't mean they can't learn, it simply means you need extra patience and consistency when working with them. With the right approach and reasonable expectations, senior dogs can certainly pick up new skills and behaviors. Don't let this myth prevent you from teaching an old dog valuable new tricks. 7. Dogs need a wet nose. Dogs naturally keep their noses damp by licking them, which enhances their sense of smell, keeps their nose clean during explorations, and helps them analyze scents through the Jacobson's organ at the roof of their mouth. While a wet nose is normal, a dry nose doesn't automatically signal illness. Your dog's nose might be warm and dry simply because they just woke up from a nap, have been running around and need hydration, or are experiencing dry air conditions, similar to how your lips chap in winter. Some dogs naturally have drier, warmer noses than others. It's just their normal state. What should concern you is a nose that's significantly wetter or drier than your dog's usual, especially when accompanied by behavioral changes like loss of appetite or unusual lethargy. These combined symptoms might indicate your pup is sick and needs attention. Don't panic over a temporarily dry nose, but do pay attention to what's normal for your dog so you can spot meaningful changes when they occur. 8. All dogs are natural swimmers. Don't worry, all dogs know how to swim. This half-truth has led to dangerous situations for many pups. While most dogs will instinctively paddle when placed in water, not all dogs are natural swimmers, and some breeds struggle significantly in aquatic environment. Breeds like Portuguese water dogs and Labrador retrievers excel at swimming. No surprise, considering they were specifically bred for water retrieval, helping hunters retrieve ducks from lakes and rivers. Their water affinity is literally in their genes, with bodies perfectly designed for efficient swimming. Contrast this with breeds like bulldogs, whose physical structure makes swimming extremely challenging. Their adorably squashed noses create breathing difficulties, while their heavy muscles and short legs make staying afloat a constant battle. For these dogs, swimming doesn't come naturally at all. Always supervise your dog around water, even if they seem comfortable. Many breeds benefit from doggy life jackets for added safety. Understanding your particular dog's swimming abilities or limitations could prevent a tragedy. 9. The guilty look. You come home to find your favorite shoes destroyed, and there's your dog, head down, eyes up. The classic guilty look that seems to say, I know I did wrong. But research suggests your dog isn't actually feeling guilt at all. When your dog chews your socks, they probably don't even remember doing it. To them, they found something that smelled like you, and chewing it was an instinctive way to feel closer to you and soothe their anxiety about your absence. By the time you discover the damage, they've likely forgotten the incident entirely. Those guilty puppy dog eyes aren't expressing remorse so much as responding to your upset tone and body language. Dogs want to please please their human pack mates and become distressed when you're angry. Although they might correctly sense that you're upset with them, they don't understand why, which makes true guilt impossible. But don't get me wrong, there are some dogs who will definitely know they did something wrong and will hide without you even saying one word. Smart dog? Many dogs learn that giving a sorry look when you're upset increases the chances of receiving a comforting pat. It's not guilt, it's a learned response to your emotions. Understanding this difference can help you address unwanted behaviors more effectively and avoid attributing human emotions to our canine companions. These myths don't just lead to misunderstandings, they can impact how we care for, train, and interact with our furry, four-legged family members. The more accurately we understand our dogs, the better we can meet their needs and strengthen our bond with them. If you found these Mythbusters helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be up on our next video and more fascinating insights about your furry friends. Ciao for now.